Have you ever tried to relax only to notice that your body is still tense, your mind keeps scanning for something to solve, and even in silence your thoughts feel loud and restless, and you start blaming yourself for not being able to switch off like others, wondering why rest feels unnatural and peace feels temporary? And psychology says this experience is not weakness, but a clue about how your brain is wired. The truth is that when your brain never lets you relax, it is often because it is built to monitor, analyze, and anticipate more than average, and research shows that certain nervous systems stay active longer not because they are broken, but because they are designed for depth awareness and control. One explanation comes from chronic cognitive arousal, which means your brain maintains a heightened level of alertness even without external threats, and psychology says this happens in people who are naturally reflective, vigilant, or responsible, and your brain treats rest as unfinished business because it is constantly scanning for patterns, mistakes, or future outcomes. And this is why lying down can feel uncomfortable, because the mind finally has space to surface everything it has been holding back, and research shows this is common in overthinkers and high-responsibility personalities. Another reason involves the default mode network, which is the part of the brain that becomes active when you are not focused on tasks, and studies show that for deep thinkers this network becomes hyperactive, producing self-reflection, memory review, and future simulation, and instead of relaxing, your brain uses quiet moments to process unresolved thoughts, which makes rest feel mentally busy, and psychology explains that this is not anxiety by default, but a sign of strong internal processing. There is also the role of threat sensitivity, where your nervous system learned early that staying alert was safer than fully relaxing, and research on stress conditioning shows that people who adapted to unpredictable environments develop brains that value readiness over calm, and even when life becomes stable, the brain continues its protective habit, and this is why your body resists relaxation, because safety for you was built on awareness, not ease. Your brain may also struggle with relaxation because of high conscientiousness, which psychology defines as a trait linked to responsibility, planning, and self-control, and studies show that conscientious individuals experience guilt during rest because their brain associates value with productivity and contribution, and this makes relaxation feel undeserved or risky, and your mind pulls you back into thinking to maintain a sense of purpose and control. Most importantly, psychology reframes this pattern not as weakness, but as strength that lacks calibration, and research shows that brains built for vigilance, depth, and foresight need intentional decompression rather than forced relaxation, and learning how to slow the system gently rather than shutting it down allows these traits to work for you instead of against you. So if your brain never lets you relax, it does not mean you are weak, broken, or incapable of peace. It means your mind is powerful, alert, and deeply engaged with the world, and the goal is not to silence it, but to understand it. And when you stop fighting your brain and start working with it, rest becomes possible in a way that feels safe, natural, and earned. If this explains something you have quietly struggled with, share it with someone who feels the same tension, and subscribe for more psychology that turns self-blame into understanding and clarity. If this resonated with you, let this be your reminder that your mind isn't broken, it's thoughtful. And if you want more explanations that turn confusing habits into clarity, stay here, subscribe, and give your brain the understanding it's been searching for.